hose down the 383 and I cleaned it with a bunch of hot water and hot soapy water, just to get like any little metal shavings out from the clearancing and machining and stuff. And my dad helped me get the cam bearings in, and we got the comp cam in right now. And I got the main bearings in and the rear main seal, and I'm just about to put the crankshaft in.
There you go. So what's this stuff?
This is assembly lube. It prevents metal on metal contact. It's kind of like oil, but for brand new, when you're putting brand new crankshafts and stuff in.
What about the rear main seal?
Rear main seal, we put grease on that so it wouldn't leak, because you don't want that, especially when you're trying to sell an engine. Like a glove.
Look at that, huh? Does it turn?
Oh yeah. So this is a forged scat crankshaft. So this thing should be pretty much bulletproof. I mean, this thing should make like a little more than 500 horsepower, but this thing's gonna hold up to a lot more than that. So it's kind of nice to have some really strong internal parts. So now we gotta put the caps on and torque down the ARP bolts. So just like the other bearings, I'm putting some assembly lube and just spread it out a little bit with your finger, just like that. And then you gotta make sure that the arrow is pointing towards the front of the motor. And just drop it on like that. And then do the next one. Clean it off a little bit, clean off the bearing. And just repeat, just keep going. So it's kind of cold, rainy day here in Connecticut, but it's a nice day to build an engine, I guess. Alright, so I got all the caps on except for the rear cap, and you want to make sure that you get this is the rear main seal, and you want to put some grease on it so it's not just dry, because that's not going to work. So if you look down here, this side is pushed up a little bit, so you want to kind of match that when you put the cap on. So you want to push it down a little bit more on one side, like that. And when you put it on an angle like this, it's not going to leak. So you just put it on just like that. Alright, so now that we got the caps on, we have to We have to put some ARP grease on top of the washers and on the threads of the bolts. Alright. So what you want to do is call the fastener assembly lubricant. Whenever you buy a lot of these ARP bolts, they come with it. So you just want to put some on the threads like this. Spread it around. Put a little bit more. Don't need a whole lot, but. Alright, and then once you have some on the threads, they recommend to put some on the washers. And when you put some on the threads and on the washers, it evens out the torque reading, so you get a more accurate torque reading. So that's definitely helpful. So you just drop it in, and you're ready to torque it. All right, so I put the fastener assembly on the bolts and the washers, and I snugged the bolts down with just a regular ratchet, and I torqued them to 50 foot-pounds. Now I'm going to do 70 foot-pounds because ARP wants you to do 3 increments of like tightening them basically. So it's really important when you torque them down. You want to do it in like kind of a circle. So you want to do this one, this bolt, number 1, number 2, number 3, number 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So you want to do the inside ones first, and then once you're done with all the inside ones, you're supposed to torque the outside ones like the same pattern. So kind of like in a circle, like that. So I torqued this one. Alright, so that one's tight. That one tight. This one. So now I gotta do the outside ones. So alright.
How's that crank spin?
It's pretty smooth.
That's good.